All right, welcome back again. Another edition of the NFC Beast. We got the crew back together again. We got Wise, welcome back.
What up? What up?
We got Cool. We could go to Cool a lot tonight. He in Philly tonight. So
you in the state?
In the building, man.
You in the state? Oh man, you should have told me. I would have went down to Philly.
I forgot.
We got Sam Shady in the building. How you doing?
How's it going, man?
All right. We got Martin Live Wire Sports in the building.
Salute, guys. What's happening?
All right. So week 8, man, the season's going by fast. That's the good and the bad about the NFL season. You can't wait for it to come, and then when it get here,
it's just a blink,
man. we in week 8. But we got a great show on tap for tonight. We'll be recapping week 7, talking about the upcoming games for tomorrow. We have some trades in the NFC East, and also the impact of one Taylor Heinicke, who should have been starting from the jump, which we'll get into that.
We talked about that, yeah. We talked about that on the chat.
Yeah. All right, so recapping week 7. Let me also say this: we're live on multiple platforms. So if you're on Facebook, go to the BS3 Network group. We're also live on the Couch Coach Live Facebook group page. We're also live on all of the YouTube channels: Sam Shady, Eagles Elite, Shady Sports Network, the Play Callers, BS3 Network, and also on Couch Coach on his Twitter. So you got multiple platforms to tune in. Definitely check us out. Leave a comment. Let us know how you're feeling about this upcoming week. So week 7 recap. We're going to go ahead and go right in order. So how are you feeling about week 7, Wise?
Oh, come on now. We 6-1.
You should be feeling good, yeah.
Oh, we feeling real good. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I didn't expect us to be 6-1. I thought it was. I thought we was going in the right direction by bringing Brian Dable and Joe Shane in, but I'm excited, man. This defense is really good, and the offense is winning without any receivers. We're playing Giants football, basically. We're running the rock, and we're playing some good defense.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that.
It was the Jaguars put a little scare in us, but that's what I expected. That, man, they're pretty up. They're a pretty good team. They're well coached now. They have the foundation in place to be a pretty good team in the future. So it was a battle to the end.
Yeah. They hung with you guys. Trevor Lawrence putting up 310 yards, no touchdowns, but I think that's gonna be the biggest thing for the Jaguars is can they build around him, Travis Etienne? Can they build a team? That's what they're doing basically from the ground up. So they can be able to do it. But yeah, another win. I'm not picking against the Giants. I don't care for the rest of the season. I'm not picking against the Giants. I learned my lesson, so I'm definitely gonna ride with y'all, man, because y'all been doing your thing.
And shout out to Wink Martindale because that defense is a monster right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
There's that secondary. There's no real big name on there. You got Julian Love, you got McKinley, you got some plays on the secondary that really aren't household names. Mm-hmm. Now that front line, man, Dexter Lawrence is to me has been a monster this year. He's been one of the big reasons why that defense is as good as it is because he's just doing it all. He's stopping the run, sacking the quarterback. I still go back to the play when he ran down the quarterback earlier in the season.
Danny Nichols is getting done.
He's getting there. My man was NFC Player of the Week.
Yeah.
He had a big game, especially running the ball. He was out there running the ball like he was Josh Allen or somebody.
But I've been saying this all along. He's athletic. He's athletic.
He got some wheels.
Yeah.
We got the receipts. We know you've been
Sneaky.
saying it, sir. Nobody else has.
Yeah, he's sneaky. He's sneaky with it. He definitely sneaky with it. All
And
right.
then the resurgence
Eagles.
of and the resurgence of Saquon, I just can't say that's just
You can't say enough about that.
yeah.
Definitely can't say enough about that. All right, Eagles with a bye last week. Y'all should still be feeling good. You're still undefeated. You've gained something, and you have not. We'll talk about trades, but you really haven't lost anything over the bye. So cool. And then Sam, how y'all feeling with this the bye week?
I'm thoroughly encouraged. I like the move. I mean, I know Quinn is getting up there. I mean, I think he's 32 this season. And we cut off the back 2 years of his deal. So to me, this is a move that shows that Howie Roseman's all in on this season. We all know that Jalen Hurts is nearing the end of his contract. So here soon, we're going to be giving him a monster extension with the way he's playing. And that's going to close that Super Bowl window real quick if we're investing a lot of cap space in the quarterback position. So, we can't necessarily make moves like this going down the road. So I like that we're all in on this season. I've heard a lot of chatter that we're looking at running backs as well, including Alvin Kamara, which I think is a little bit too much for me. But I'd personally like to see like Cam Akers or really would like to see a Gus Edwards in Philly. That'd be awesome.
You need that. Yeah, you need that bruiser, man. You need that guy at the goal line that's going to punch it in for you guys.
Yeah, I just read that Alvin Kamara thing, and I just shook my head. I was about to jump out my window. I was like, come on, man. Is Sean McVay over there? What's going on?
Well, man, I agree with Sam. I don't really want Kamara. Number one, I don't want to give back that first round pick. Right. Number two, I don't want to have to pay Kamara, and we've got legal issues that may be coming up with him. So I'd rather let that be. And he's kind of like another Miles Sanders, right? And catch the ball in the backfield. He runs. He's more of a shifty guy, not a power guy. I'd rather have, and I've been saying this like for 2-3 years, Kareem Hunt, who's got a mix of power, but he still can get out there and do some things. He can be an every down back if you want him. He's probably going to be going. He's definitely going to be going from Cleveland after this year. So even if we're renting him for the rest of the year to try to, get to that Super Bowl plateau, I can rock with that. I would love Cam Akers. You know what I'm saying? Young guy, still got a couple of years left on his rookie deal. So I'd love to bring somebody like that in. I would really love for the Eagles to realize that Trey Sermon is on the bench and maybe put him in the game sometimes instead of little Boston Scott and baby Kenneth Gainwell, who I like both of those guys, but they're not power backs. Trey Sermon is the power on the team. So we're out here looking for running backs, but we have a guy that we should be using that we're not using.
Exactly. Former third-round pick just a couple seasons ago, too.
And when he's got the limited opportunities that he's had to play, he's played well. He's gotten yards. He's been a bruising back. He's been up the middle, no cuts, no hesitating, getting the ball, reading the hole and going. So, I mean, why is he not seeing the field more? I'm a little concerned about that because that's somebody you already have that feels a role is needed, but it's like we're not feeling it. I love what Sanders is doing this year, but again, you get a ball to Miles Sanders on the 2-yard line and the defense knows it's coming, he may not get in the end zone. You get a ball to somebody with the size of Trey Sermon, he should be able to get that 2 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Use him. If you got him, use him. If you're not going to use him, then find somebody, but feel the role that's needed and don't just go get somebody to get somebody. That's my thing.
Yeah.
And I love the win deal, by the way. Love it. I mean, we can go get 10 defensive linemen. I love every one of them. So let's go.
That's what you need. That's what you need
Exactly.
that's that defensive push that you need.
Yes, sir.
All right, so the guy that's got to be the most excited on this show has got to be Martin right now. So how you feeling? How you feeling about week 7, beating Green Bay?
Man, can I get a Heineken for a Heinicke? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Man, look, I've never been I haven't got nothing against Carson Wentz, but I feel like Taylor Heinicke has done enough to prove that he should have been a starter. Even back 2 years ago when we was in that COVID year and we won the East then, and we almost had a chance to upset Tom Brady, coming into coming to the
even last year though.
Yeah, that's what I said. Coming into last year, he should have been the job. Even though we had a flux, we had Alex Smith there coming. All of this different changes. But Heinicke has proven he even went this year to work out and try to get stronger, be a better thrower of the ball. And we spent $28 million just for Carson Wentz when we could have had that $28 million on a linebacker, a cornerback, more depth on the offensive line. So there was multiple ways. But Riverboat Ron, he makes these crazy decisions. But I was proud that Heinicke got in there because I knew if Heinicke got in there, we had a chance to beat Green Bay because Green Bay looking so flat right now. And our defense was playing. Our defense has been playing well, and shout out to all of our teams in the East because all of us have great defense right now, and we probably all our defense is probably in the top 10 somewhere in the category. So shout out to all our teams' defenses right now, and Washington is number 1 in the league in quarterback pressure. So we had, from the Philly game, we kind of like stepped up a whole lot to do different things. And I think Carson Wentz not Carson Wentz, but Taylor Heinicke, I think he should be the starter until the end of the season. And good or bad, you know what I'm saying? Because there are games on our schedule that we can win, especially going into the game against Indy. Now, the only thing is Cole Holcomb ain't playing. That's one of our linebackers. But Bostic, we picked up. He's familiar with the defense, so he could plug into that run stop. So we just gonna have to mix and match in that area because I know they're gonna rely heavily on Jonathan Taylor for Indy. But man, Heinicke, he's gritty, he's tough, and he will run out the pocket. Yeah. That makes defense think a little bit differently how you deal with him, you know what I'm saying, than versus Wentz. And I think so,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And I think his teammates love him. I think his teammates want him on the field with them. Because it seems like when he's in the game, they come alive. They play much better when he's in the game compared to when Mr. Wentz was in the game and wasn't really doing anything.
The vibe was so off. You could just see everybody looks like they just there for the moment. And as soon as Heinicke stepped on that field, man, everybody, Terry talking trash, getting in people's face, Chase on the sideline looked like he was ready to suit up, and everybody just played. Jonathan Allen loves them. They become almost like best friends now, so everybody has this thing for Heinicke. Go ahead.
I said from the beginning of this season, the first episode of this show, before this show, if you start Carson Wentz, y'all were going to be in the cellar. If something happened, you got rid of him, and you played Taylor Heinicke, who the team loves, that you guys would be a much more formidable team. Mm-hmm. And that's what's happening. Carson Wentz is not the guy. As long as you had him, you weren't going to win a lot of games.
No.
Right? But when you replace him with somebody that has less skill, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Snowman? But when you replace him with somebody that the locker room loves, that everybody wants to play for and play with, mm-hmm. Your team plays harder. He's an actual leader.
Yeah.
He has an intangible of leadership. Carson Wentz, I could tell you everything he said in every press conference, and I haven't watched one of them because it's been the same thing that I heard for years. It's my fault, something I'm going to have to work on. I'm going to be better at it next week. Definitely that's on me. I'm going to be better at it next week, blah, 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 blah. And then the next week you come out and do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's you're right. It's the same thing. And then you come out there ain't no changes, and there ain't nothing getting. The best highlight Carson Wentz had is that block. That's it.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the only highlight he had was that block. And
so you saying he should be a fullback?
No, he don't need to be nothing. That was just a one-time only. That was a one-time only thing. Man, let me tell you, if he had a chance to do that block again, he'll probably think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? Because Roquan Smith wasn't expecting it. So therefore
he was surprised. Yeah,
he was surprised. He was like,
who was that? Carson, that you?
I know, right? So
he was on the ground surprised more than anything.
And just our two-headed monster running back, AG and Brian Robinson coming back. That's another phenomenal story in itself. You know what I'm saying? Just to see him on the field, it's just this team has. I said it. That's like we have the depth at offense where we can compete. You know what I'm saying? It's just you got to put the right guy there to bring it out of them. And now you're seeing it. I know we ain't doing no predictions right now, but I have this calculated in my head. You know what I'm saying? Oh, somebody said Aaron Rodgers is trash. Facts.
CJ always come in, man. Always come in.
And his boy, CJ while we on it, his boy Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, Tom Brady, my boy too. But he playing trash too. I got to call it the way I see it. Somebody put a meme on Aaron Rodgers. When he got hit and his eyes looked like they were about to pop out of his head. So they put 3 quarterbacks around him that has like beat him and stuff. So, but I just think right now Washington is going in the right direction. I feel like Heinicke could run off 4 straight games before we play the Eagles again. Now that will be a different tale of itself because the Eagles is on a totally different game plan right now. So, but I take each week, and if we get keep winning and put ourselves at a good over 500, I'll be happy with it. It's games on. I mean, because this game's on the schedule that I feel like Heinicke he will make a difference along with the defense. So yeah.
And I'll say this: at the end of the day, Taylor Heinicke has heart. That's it. That is it. He is not. Skills wise, you could say he may not be better on paper than Carson Wentz, but he got heart, man, and heart can get you. It's not a tangible thing. It's like momentum. Sometimes you can't. It's not tangible, but it shows.
Sometimes your heart and drive outweighs the talent.
Yeah, I agree.
Truth.
Facts.
With that being said, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sam.
I was curious. Do you guys think Carson Wentz ever starts again? I mean, for any team after this?
There's somebody going to give him a job. There's someone going to give him a job.
Somebody going to give him a job.
Someone's going to give him a job.
Yeah, he'd be
not allow him to start. After all, you can't unless you just.
He'll be a backup somewhere, and if that quarterback gets hurt, he might start again.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that's where
that's the only way. Unless they're tanking, that's the only way he should get a starting job.
I'm gonna tell you, he won't start. He won't start another game for us for the rest of the season.
Oh, especially if Taylor goes off on a winning streak, that's his job to lose.
If he does or doesn't, they're always in a game with him at quarterback. You're not always in a game when Carson Wentz starting. And I think the other point, the other point is too, like you said, Martin, they wasted all that money. Just give Heinicke the job. And then spread that money around somewhere else. You just literally wasted that money because he's not coming back.
Exactly. You could have gave some of that money to me and let me be like a flagship coach for the team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I'm looking for a career move right now. So hey, call me up, Ron. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got you back, baby. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So man, so I'm just saying, man, Heinicke is like. He's just that spark plug, man. It's just like it's like in basketball. You got a Dennis Rodman or Draymond Green or somebody that's just come in there and just give you that spark off the bench. Yep. That's who Heinicke is, and I think he was sitting there. He was patient, and he knows the offense way better than Carson Wentz. And how everybody rallied around Carson Wentz when he threw that touchdown pass to Terry. He threw that touchdown pass to not JD McKissic, but Antonio Gibson. Everybody just rolling, McLaurin was glad because he was getting shut out. Carson Wentz was literally freezing this man out.
Oh, you ain't gotta tell me. I have Scary Terry on my fantasy for. I was upset.
Well, you probably don't lost.
Upset.
How many games you lost already?
I don't know. But the thing is, I got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Nick Chubb.
You made up for it.
Okay, you made up for it with them three, yeah, for sure. Yeah, but that's that. Oh, go ahead.
Malik Willis era starting in Tennessee. He's starting tomorrow. I just saw that.
I'm ready.
Sure.
I've been ready from
exciting.
the beginning. Ryan Tannehill is like watching paint dry, man. It's not going to be exciting. It's not going to be exciting.
Manager. He's not.
Yeah. I forgot he was even playing. I mean, he's been irrelevant to me for a long time. I'm sorry. He's probably a great person, probably cool to drink a beer with, but he's boring.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot. That's the best way I can put it. It is like watching paint dry. That's very true, actually.
Yeah. All right, so to the Cowboys with a big win. I'm not surprised. It was the Lions. I was just wondering how it was going to happen. Dak looked real rusty. I know it was the first game back. I get it, but I'm not. This next game, I'm not making any excuses. All right, you're getting paid $40 million a year, bro. Just do what we're paying you to do. But I think he was rusty early on. But the defense was the biggest thing in this game. Sam Williams from Ole Miss. That was one of the best draft picks we had in a while.
But that's been your MO all years. That defense. Yeah. That defense has been what's been holding you. Yeah, it's been what's holding you together. It's what's been holding this team together. This is why you have the record that you have.
Right.
It's because of that defense.
Right.
Your offense hasn't been spectacular.
Now, and to your point, Wise, we've been talking about this for months. 31 rushes, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. Running game and defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dak just don't lose us the game. Cooper Rush just don't lose us the game.
Right.
And we should be good. Now, if Dak is passing a lot more than what he should be, is going to be some mistakes, and that's just true.
I got some.
Zeke's out this week, right?
Yeah, Zeke's out. Yeah,
Pollard is starting.
I think Pollard can carry the load. I definitely think Pollard can carry the load.
Yeah. Pollard been waiting. He's been quiet. You don't ever hear Pollard talking about I don't get enough touches. He's been waiting on this opportunity. He's gonna shine tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've been saying this since the summer. I don't think Dallas gonna bring Zeke back after this year. I think he's Zeke. The offense when they first started him and Dak, it used to be a lot of Zeke. I mean, a lot of
feed the beast. They were feeding them.
Mm-hmm.
But now, with Pollard in the mix, I think, I just think that they're gonna look to move him, sometime, going in next year because they definitely could find another running back in the draft, somebody fresher, somebody younger, and still keep Pollard there to make the offense a little bit more dynamic. They definitely need to add receivers, because you can't just rely on CeeDee Lamb. It depends on how and Michael Gallup. You don't know how healthy he's gonna stay through the season. So Dallas, I mean, like I say, all our teams got great defense. You know what I'm saying? With Dak back with Dallas right now, the defense gonna probably play a little bit to step up until he gets rolling again and everything. But I don't see y'all losing in Chicago this week. I mean, if y'all do that, I'm gonna take the star off y'all helmet.
It should be removed from everybody's helmet if we lose again.
Yeah.
Hold on. Man, I got. Okay, so I know it's not Wednesday, right? But I heard someone has disowned the Dallas Cowboys.
He said, "Oh yeah."
Yes.
He's disowned the Dallas Cowboys. Yes.
You shouldn't have been a Cowboys fan from the beginning, man. You from Ohio. What you doing being a Cowboys fan?
So the thing is, LeBron as a player jumps from team to team, so we should not be surprised that him as a fan jumps from team.
That's like Drake. That's like Drake being a Cowboys fan.
He's a Cowboys fan, a Yankees fan. even though he owns part of the Red Sox, he's a diehard Yankees fan.
Oh,
He's
he
a
owns
Cowboys
part of the
fan.
Red Sox?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just.
That's like Drake. Man, whatever jersey Drake put on, they ain't ready to lose. Okay, if he at the game, they're gonna lose by 20. So
The only team that he's ever been positive for was that run for the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
He's repping the city, yeah.
But it was actually
the only
that fan. I don't know what that guy's name is, but he's a big time Raptors fan. He's always sitting courtside underneath the. I don't know what the guy's name is, but that super fan, that dude is, I think, giving them a bigger spark than Drake.
Yeah, that Drake be putting that bad mojo on teams. He be going from city to city.
It does.
Man, Drake.
Like, don't come, Drake. No, don't come.
Drake is a fan whore. That joker be fed everybody.
Everybody.
Hey,
it's cause they got 30 jerseys in there.
Why'd you know this? Drake's a hooker whore fan.
Oh man,
Oh man.
All right, let's get into these previews for these upcoming games.
Woohoo.
We're gonna go in order. So Giants at Seahawks. I like this matchup. I like what Geno's doing. I do like the Giants as well. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Giants before anybody else says anything. But go ahead, Wise.
I think we handle. I don't think Seattle's really played any defense like the Giants defense. I'm saying, but they lead the NFC West. They're playing well. Kenneth Walker's doing his thing. Tyler Lockett is doing his thing. They're gonna miss DK Metcalf. They're gonna miss him. That defense has been playing pretty well, but I still think we have that running game that, even though that's one of their strengths, is stopping the run. I think we still can run the rock on them. I think Daniel Jones is gonna have another decent game. I don't think he's doing what I expected him to do under Brian Daboll, and that's just not turn the ball over. And Daniel Jones is notorious for it. He was his previous seasons, he was getting stripped. He was fumbling a lot. His interceptions he threw some costly, but it was his fumbles, and I think he's kind of remedied that, and he's finally got a coach. That's what I've been saying. He's finally has a coach that knows how to use his talents.
A real coach.
A real coach, yes.
Not a special teams.
Not a special teams coach, yes. A real head coach.
Special teams coach as well, man.
But yeah, I'm going with the Giants.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right. Anybody else picking otherwise?
I'm not picking otherwise, but this is, I think, the only matchup of two teams that are both with winning records this week.
Interesting.
So this is supposed to be, statistically wise, win-loss wise, the best game of the week.
Interesting.
Geno Smith
you
versus
are right.
Danny Jones.
You are right.
I think that for Seattle, it's surprising. I'm glad Geno Smith's career has got resurrected. You know what I'm saying? He needed that, after all them draft-through years at the Jets. But I think Kenneth Walker could be that X factor for Seattle in this game. Now, how effective he'll run against the Giants front, don't know. But I think Danny Dimes is going to be that other X factor too, because he can run with his legs. And that's something I don't think Seattle has. I don't think they've really played a quarterback that's like really, really mobile that could hurt them. So with that being said, I'm not picking Seattle. I'm picking the Giants. So because I think I want the streak to keep going on. I want us to be the best division in football continually. And I don't see. All right, actually, I think this is where Seattle takes a step back right now.
Yeah, I think it was going to happen sooner or later. I think Geno's and that whole team is riding on a high right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
100%.
At some point, they're going to get punched in the mouth. I think it's going to happen.
Well, you
It's
know,
gonna be
cannabis.
this weekend.
Well, you know, cannabis is legal in Seattle, so you know they always riding on a high.
But it's legal in Jersey too, so
That's true.
Hey,
With that being said, do you guys think Brian Daboll gets Coach of the Year this year?
I think he deserves a lot of
he's on the list.
If we end up with more than 10 wins, 10, 11 wins, I definitely think he deserves Coach of the Year because I think some of the predictions were they would win probably 5-6 games.
Yeah,
it
wasn't high.
I don't even think they had them winning more than 6 games.
I don't remember anybody having y'all winning more than 6. Yeah,
I would agree.
Yeah.
So right now, to me, him and Philly's coach, because he is doing a fantastic job. I'm not gonna lie, he is doing a fantastic job. So between those two, that right there, that's your Coach of the Year right there.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Daboll gets the benefit of the doubt because of how the Giants did last year.
Yeah.
You know, we were in the playoffs last year, so people are going to look at Sirianni like he's just building on a foundation, whereas Daboll came in and immediately turned that team around into a contender.
Yeah.
A healthy Saquon gave him a huge boost.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and the defense. And great comment that you brought up, Sam, because just looking at the list, the odds right now, it's Sirianni 1, Daboll 2, Kevin O'Connell, Robert Salah, Mike McDaniel, McDermott, Pete Carroll, and Mike McCarthy. That's the list as of right now. So
Mike McDaniel's should not be on this list just because of what he let happen with Tua. They need to take him off the list.
He won't be on the list for that.
Exactly. I would be okay with Robert Salah getting it. He's been a solid coach, and those Jets have looked great this year so far.
Real good.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I've been preaching the Jets. We talk about the Jets
before the
season started.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Hey, really, both New York teams this offseason had amazing draft classes. It was insane to see both of them work this offseason. I mean, I've always really been, fascinated with how teams attack the draft, and both of them did it to perfection this offseason.
Yeah. Yep. Especially for the Jets, man. They have not had luck in the draft for years.
The Jets got first 4-round picks. Because Breece Hall, even though he was drafted in the second round, to me, he was first-round talent.
Yeah.
He was the first running back taken, right?
He was the best running back in the draft.
Yeah.
To me, that was a steal for the Jets.
Yeah.
And before he got hurt, he was showing flashes that he was going to be one of the top 5 running backs in the league.
Exactly.
Running and receiving.
And even though they traded for Robinson from the Jags, they're still gonna keep them, right there.
You still have Michael Carter from last year. Michael Carter's he's no slouch. He worked last year, did what he had to do. For me with the Jets, it's that losing Vieira is gonna be a big blow for them. He's been their best offensive lineman for the year, this whole entire season. So that's a big blow.
Breece Hall is out, right, for the year.
Yeah, he's out for the year as well. Those are two big blows that the Jets suffered. They kind of replaced Robinson. Eases the pain of losing Breece Hall, even though he's not. Breece Hall is a special talent to me.
Yeah,
but losing the lineman, your best lineman this year, that's going to be really something they got to figure out how they're going to.
Very versatile lineman too.
Let's see if that rookie that they drafted can really step up.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're playing the Patriots in New England. In Jersey. So that'll be a good game on CBS tomorrow.
All you got to tell me is you're playing the Patriots.
And
Sauce Gardner for you.
And Sauce Gardner is actually showing me that they made the right choice when they drafted Sauce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Speaking of which,
he got the best nickname.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said, and he got the best nickname.
Definitely. For this Jets game, something to watch. I just noticed that they brought up Chris Streveler, who's a 4.45 guy as a The Patriots have been gashed by running quarterbacks all season long, so I might might be watching the Jets game because I think they might get some interesting packages in there with Streveler as a quarterback on some design runs.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. And then especially wonder how the Patriots going to bounce back after that, losing over the weekend, last week, even though Zappy came in and tried to get him a spark, but it wasn't enough. So
yeah, it's some disappointing Patriots fans right now. They're probably crying into their pillows.
They're probably talking them off the ledge right now.
Probably.
And I am just sitting there smiling, saying, "Yes, yes, give me your tears. Give me your tears.
Give me that bucket. Give me that bucket of tears." All right, let's get to the next matchup. Steelers at Eagles. We're gonna go to the one and only Cool in Philly right now.
So excited, man. I think it's a big game. Obviously, it's a rivalry game, right? It's the two teams from Pennsylvania. So, there's always that. Steelers haven't won in Philadelphia in a while. Definitely want to keep it that way. But you don't want to get, too inflated, too confident. It's still the NFL. It's still a team of professional football players. So, the biggest thing is we want to do what we've been doing. Come out in the first half, especially the second quarter when we turn into murderers and, build up as much of a lead as we can. What I'd like to see is more in the second quarter. The second half of the game. I'd like to see more consistency in the second half of continuing to play and not just let's protect the lead and wear down the clock. I want to see a little bit of let's continue to keep it going, even if it's just getting down and getting field goals and taking time off the clock. But we need to continually put points on the board whenever we have the ball. That's what I'm looking for, like the game within the game of do we come out in the second half now? We've had to buy and play a better game of football. If we can do that, man, then we should win this game, but do not take Pittsburgh lightly. There's this big man in the backfield they have named Najee Harris, and you don't want to get him going. You don't want him to get going early. You don't want Claypool, who wants out, so he's going to be playing well to showcase his talents.
He's actually been playing well the last couple of weeks.
And then, Deontay Johnson, some different guys. So there's a lot of talent there for Pittsburgh. And it's just a matter for Philadelphia of playing your game, respecting the talent that they have, coming out with a good game plan. I am looking right at you, defensive coordinator Gannon, and just being aggressive and treating this like it's a game we're underdogs in. We're coming off the bye. Let's get this win and keep the thing going. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard some people say it's a trap game, but I think people need to understand the definition of a trap game. So a trap game is normally like you have this one game where you're looking over that team to the next game. So if you want to tell me that the Philadelphia Eagles are overlooking the Pittsburgh Steelers for the Houston Texans, I am done talking football with Israel.
But they might be overlooking the next two games.
Now, they could be overlooking the next two. If you want to make that argument, I can respect that. But if you're telling me that we're overlooking the Steelers for the Houston Texans, I don't want to talk about you anymore.
What's up, big Courtney?
What's good, Courtney? He said Eagles getting another win. Appreciate you tuning in.
I'd love to see
it. And I think also it definitely is playing your game, and it's getting after Kenny Pickett. Dude's a rookie. Mm-hmm. He's gonna make some mistakes, and like you said, cool. If you guys just play your game, this is not gonna be something to be 100% worried about. I think Tomlin is a smart coach. I think this particular team, though, is probably his biggest challenge that he's ever had, and I think it's showing on the field.
Yeah, I would agree. Isn't this his first ever losing season so far?
It's not over yet.
Well, true, but I mean, 2-5 so far.
It's
not looking good.
It's not looking good. No, it's not looking good. But it's not over yet, man.
They got to go.
We got a long way to go.
Still got some time, man.
Sam added the rest of the season on to him.
I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying. I mean, it's a rough year. Turned to a rookie quarterback who's shown to be turnover prone. So I mean, unless that guy makes some strides quick, the season
lose your
could
best
get ugly
defensive player.
quick.
Lose TJ Watt. That was a big blow for them.
True.
To me, I want to see how the Eagles defense comes out the second half of the game. Saying because it seems that like I tend to like, you know what, we did what we did in the first half, and then like I get a little lackadaisical in the second half, and the Detroit game was a prime example. Yeah, you had it in hand, and then what Detroit do? They came back and almost beat you.
Stole it. Yeah.
I'm saying, and I think Tomlin's a hell of a coach that if you allow that to happen, they might just take this win.
100%. And I didn't mean to make it sound like I'm looking over the Steelers because I'm not. In fact, what I was trying to say is that Tomlin is such a good coach that he's been a head coach for like 15 seasons. And this is the first year he's ever had an under 500 record. So, I mean, like, that's insane. That's an insane run. So, I mean, I don't think we're definitely looking over these guys by any stretch. I mean, the Steelers are a great team, but I definitely think they can be had. Kenny Pickett has thrown multiple interceptions in every start so far. So if we get in his face like we should, I definitely think Slay and Bradbury and Maddox are going to eat this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, the way y'all looked against my Cowboys, man, I was like, this is the best secondary in the league. The way I was just jumping routes. I mean, outsmarting the quarterback. Kenny Pickett can have a long day. I don't see him. I don't see him making strides in this game. Maybe next year. But I don't see him making no strides.
Cool. Listen, go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say his stride about to be broke.
Eagles are different from week one, says Courtney, and coming off a bye. Yeah, they could be hungry.
Cool's been talking about Slay all year, man.
Yeah,
that's been Cool's guy right there. That's been Cool's guy right there. Slay, Darius Slay's been his dude all year. Yeah.
I just want to say one thing though. Darius Slay wouldn't be doing what he's doing right now if it wasn't for CJ Gardner-Johnson and Marcus Epps at the post. I'm just saying that right now because he knows he's got that safety deep, so he can jump that route and get beat occasionally.
Yeah.
And
you will not get an argument from me on that one, sir.
And Eagles got Bradbury over there too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that helps as well.
Bradbury is actually ranked. Yeah, Bradbury is actually ranked as the top corner. And then Slay is 2 right now.
I'd be curious to see those metrics, but yeah, definitely.
See, and that's where Ron Rivera wasn't so stubborn. He could have had Bradbury, and we could have got rid of St. Jude took William Jackson's spot, and we could have used Bradbury to take over Fuller's spot, and we would have had 2 solidified corners. We already got the safety position taken care of because Cam Curl is the highest safety in the league right now, highest ranked safety in the league. So that other corner is kind of like hurting us, and Philly got them all. Can I borrow one for a while?
We'll pass. We're gonna need them for the long haul. We'll pass.
Right. But I don't see Philly losing this game. I mean, it's not like how I think Tomlin, he's going to coach him up. They're going to play hard for him and everything. But, this is NFL. Anything can happen. I remember, a couple of seasons ago, Pittsburgh was 7-0. They was undefeated until they ran into my Washington squad and we knocked them off. I don't see that happening in Pittsburgh, knocking off Philadelphia. I mean, it's Kenny Pickett going to have to play like lights out. Yeah. It was
his best game of the season. Yeah.
It's best game of the season. And the thing about it is that Mr. Trubisky ain't going to do it. He's not going to come in and say today like he did the last time, over Tom Brady doing, So I don't see the Eagles losing. I think it'll be another win, but definitely y'all hit on a lot. Philadelphia definitely gonna have to come on third and just put more points on the board and show that they could sustain that, because even against us, they was beating us down, sacking us all over the place. They took the brakes off. They didn't score in the second half. They only had 24 points throughout the whole game. Now, that's something that could be kind of concerning, especially when you go down in the playoff and you gonna have to play your best ball then. So, but go ahead. No, go ahead. You good?
Cool's been saying it all year. He says we take our foot off their necks once the second half starts.
Yep.
He says we start off like choking them out,
Mm-hmm.
and then once third, fourth quarter comes, we ease off. We ease off their neck.
Yeah.
And Cool's been saying it all. He's been saying it since week one. He's been saying it. I gotta give Cool his props. He's been saying, he's like, yo, we're not playing with that killer instinct where we just need to choke them out.
You gotta do like Buster Rhymes, man. You gotta break their necks.
Yeah. Courtney says 27-14. Shout out to 1A Latina and Cali. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you sharing. Appreciate you dropping in.
Awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate that support.
She's a big supporter of Snowman in the Morning as well.
Yep.
So,
okay, that's why I've seen that name.
And she does hop on Eagles Elite as well. So
she hops on my stuff as well.
That's what's up.
Appreciate the love.
Yeah, she's one. She definitely follows everybody who's a part of Snowman in the Morning. She definitely supports people. So yeah, we gotta give nothing but love. Thank you, Latina. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. All right, Bears at Cowboys on tomorrow. Looking forward to this one.
You really gotta.
We ain't got to talk too much about it. The one thing I will say is we have a problem with running quarterbacks. I think I said this before, and that's really all Justin Fields can do. I mean, him trying to actually have time in the pocket is not gonna happen. So Parsons is gonna be on him all night. We're gonna see a good dose of Sam Williams. He got a taste of blood, so he could be back and ready to go. I'm looking forward to Tony Pollard tomorrow. I think I'm happy for him to get this opportunity. I don't like the circumstance, but guy that doesn't talk or complain, and for him to get this opportunity tomorrow, I'm looking forward to him having a good game.
No, he's just someone he's someone who just comes and plays.
Yeah,
he comes
put
and
his head
plays.
down.
He doesn't come in bitch about, I'm not getting enough carries. I need 20 plus carries. Nah, he's there. He's like, yo, I'm gonna do what I need to do to help this team win. Yeah. And if that means I got to split reps with Zeke, which has been great because they've been a double head, like they've been that double-headed monster where they just you think you got one, and then next you know they change it up, give you Zeke, he's coming through and just pounding on you. Then you know what? Let's give it to Pollard, and Pollard's he's that lightning, it's thunder and lightning.
Yeah,
they're almost close in rushing yards with Zeke at 443, Tony Pollard at 375. And he's got 4 big runs to Zeke's 1. I think Zeke is now a in between runner at this point. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of long runs from him. But Tony Pollard's gonna get that to you.
He's like I said, he's that running back where he's gonna be pounding you in the middle.
Right.
Whereas Pollard, he can take the outside and he's much more shifty, he's definitely quicker.
Acceleration better.
I like Pollard because he's so dangerous as a pass catcher also, and it's just like you said, his shiftiness. Now the thing about it is, will Dak try to throw the ball more times than
it's not Dak. It's not Dak. It's McCarthy. If McCarthy sticks to what he's been doing, which is running the rock, and that's what me and Ben, since the beginning of the year, been talking about this, that we saying Mike McCarthy can't get pass happy.
Yeah.
He needs to stick to what's working right now, and that's it's running the running the rock, and that opens up for play action passing for
McCarthy might actually buy himself some more time in Dallas if he keeps on doing what he's doing.
Yeah, because he not in Green Bay. It's not like you got Aaron Rodgers where you could just throw 80 times, 80,
no.
almost 80 times a game and not run the ball. You know, you got to have that balance. And Dallas is a balanced team. D. You have to pick and choose your spots when you playing teams. Because trust me, going against this Bears team, the way they played the other night, and they coming off. The way they select the Patriots and they coming off, they gonna come in there with a lot of confidence. You know, Justin Fields seemed like he couldn't like turning the corner. I mean, not Justin Fields. Justin Fields. He could look like he turning the corner. So Dak them going to just have to take what they giving and just be and protect the ball a little bit more. And if you have to rely on Tony Pollard to do a lot more, then do it. You know, he's capable. He's a phenomenal talent. You know, so. Yeah. Is y'all tight end back?
Schultz.
Yeah, so I like.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I like Schultz too. I think he is going to be out this game. Let me go to the.
I believe he's still hurt. Report. We were talking about that for fantasy implications.
4 weeks or so.
Yeah, he's questionable. He did have a knee. He has been battling that injury. Noah Brown's questionable. They said Mike is questionable, but he's playing. If he can breathe. Mike is one of them guys who's gonna be out there.
Yeah,
they got to carry Mike off.
Man, look at here.
Like Mr. T on the airplane, give him some smelling salts, and get him down the field.
I know, right? If Micah plays, man, Justin Fields might as well go ahead and you know, use one of them Acme kits, you know, like the Road Runner, and get ready to start running because boy, Michael gonna be chasing. It's gonna be a long day for them.
And I can vouch for that, man. He was all over Daniel Jones. Yeah, he was all over that Giants line that game, man. He's the best linebacker in football right now to me.
Yeah.
He definitely is.
Yeah. And my eyes tomorrow is going to be on Dak, second game back. And then is he going to be able to get it to the wide receivers? You know, CD looked real quiet last week. I think he got one pass to not Pollard. To Gallup. So I'm going to be watching that offense closely. The defense I'm not worried about, but I think Cowboys going to get a win.
I go with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the Cowboys, but I think it's going to be a closer game than most people expect. I mean, the Eagles basically wrote the blueprint on how to beat the Cowboys defense. If Justin Fields and the Bears are paying attention, it might be a longer day for that Cowboys defense than people think.
We'll see. I hope you're wrong, but we'll see. You're not wrong often, Sam. So
I think the defense that Dallas has is going to be able to minimize a lot of what Chicago wants to do offensively. I also do think if they had a little bit more talent defensively, they may be able to use, like Sam is saying, the game plan that the Eagles kind of use. But I just feel like they're not quite there yet. But they may be able to keep it close. I can agree with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, we got Commanders at Colts with Sam Ehlinger, former UT quarterback, starting for the Colts from here on. I thought that was wild that he said Matt Ryan is not starting at all for the rest of the year. At week 8.
Matt Ryan has looked like complete garbage.
Yes,
I thought Carson Wentz looking bad. Matt Ryan has been playing bad.
Matt Ryan looks 75.
Yes, he does.
That's what he looks. 75.
In Indianapolis, a death toll for quarterbacks. I
thought like it.
I was like, man. I mean, the only person that probably did well is Phillip Rivers, but he was like 305 years old by that time. So, I think, the Sam guy, I really wasn't expecting that, but I will tell you what I am expecting, a storyline from hell, because Jim Irsay, his comments a week ago, Daniel Snyder, they don't like each other. And, you know, good thing Carson Wentz ain't starting for us, so I don't have to worry about that other storyline right there, because Jim Irsay, And they've been talking to him over the weekend, and he stood by his comments, and he said what he said. He's like, yeah, he do agree there's merit to get, Snyder out of there. And you think tomorrow he ain't gonna be running his mouth? And even though it's a game gonna be on the field, now the way the Commanders can silence that is come away with a win. And I think we got the right guy in place to take care of that. I think this team knows what's going on. I think they're gonna come out focused. They want to take it to them. Like I said, our defense is, number one in the league at quarterback pressure. So we just gotta, contain the run a little bit more. I mean, we did a phenomenal job against Derrick Henry. Even though somebody said the matchup is Jerry Sabers, I agree.
That's my man Al, casual highlight.
I agree with you. I think So I think if we play well against a Derrick Henry and just gave up an even 100 yards, I think we should be really good. I think even though Cole Holcomb is not there, he's our leading tackler. I think John Bostic could come in and plug in to be a great run stopper. He played good against the run last year and everything. I think the offense should be very dynamic, not start off slow, come out fast, come out hot. I mean, just take it to them, and let our defense play downhill. Lo and behold, if Kendall Fuller give up a touchdown this week, I will leave here, miss work on Monday, and fly straight to Indianapolis and take his jersey off, because this dude, he will play good throughout the whole game. And then just that one moment, and I'm telling you, Green Bay, without the Taylor Heinicke interception for a touchdown and that wheel route touchdown that Kendall Fuller gave up, Green Bay wouldn't even score number 7 points last week. So we took the momentum from them in the second half. I think we should do that in the first half, and then just continue to, manage the game, but put points on the board as we see fit, and let Terry eat. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm predicting a win. I ain't predicting nothing less. Now that my boy Heinicke is in the game, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, man.
I agree.
Heinicke, we've been pretty much talking about it all night. The impact that he's had on this team is that spark that they needed. And I think Brian Robinson, too, is another spark, is another momentum thing that you like, man, see this guy come back. I got to play for this guy. Like, who would I be to not come out here and play for him? And you got that spark in him. So,
and to me, he should have been the starter from day one. He just, to me, it seems like he has better control of that locker room. He has better control of that offense. Those players on offense really truly do respect him. They know what he's capable of, and they have faith in him. And you can see
it's a team.
You can see how they rally around him.
Yes,
compared to where when they had Wentz in there. You see how this team rallies around him. They love playing with him. And to me, he's important. He needs to start for the rest of the season. He needs this. If he leads them to a winning record, but to this end of the season, they need to make him their starting quarter for that needs to be their franchise quarterback. Right there.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Wise. Totally, because I think he has everything that you want in a quarterback. Yeah, okay, great. His arm ain't strong as they're strong. Drew Brees' arm wasn't as strong, but he was efficient. If you could get Taylor Heinicke to be efficient the way you need a quarterback to be, then you could win games with him. You could. We don't know where Taylor Heinicke could take this team. Even though we got Sam Howell back there, but the thing about it is
he ain't ready.
You got just messing up the game, man.
Yeah,
because they're like, oh, we need this big arm quarterback. But look at some of these quarterbacks that did have big arms. Ryan Leaf, what did he do? Nothing. So all that thing about having that big strong arm down the field and all that. Nah, I don't think that I don't think that's what you truly. That's not what is to me the most important thing.
Yeah.
That doesn't automatically equal a formula.
It doesn't. I need a quarterback that's a winner, that knows that I'm going in there, and I know I don't. As long as I don't cause turnovers or whatever it is, that we win and we winning and managing the game. And to me, he does that well.
Yeah, I agree.
He plays within himself. He doesn't try to be something he's not. And to me, that's what has his teammates loving to play with him. If you look at Terry and all these dudes, Terry, the early in the season, he's been doing nothing.
Yeah,
he hasn't been getting the rock. They talking about your lead. This is one of your top receivers last year. The last few years,
1,000 yards, 3 years straight.
Yep. That's true for Logan Thomas as well. And I mean, he wasn't really getting the targets he normally would either.
Nope. And now Logan Thomas, he's kind of nicked up again, and Cole Turner, I think he's out because of concussion. But I love Amari Rodgers. I mean, he reminds me so much of Vernon Davis, and the dude is fast and big. He could catch the ball, and I want to see him more in the game. You know what I'm saying? And then I think De'Ami Brown is back, but Jahan is not. So that's another weapon on the field for Taylor Heinicke. I keep telling people, I was like, the way they built this offense, they kind of built it for Carson Wentz, but Taylor Heinicke, this offense is made for him because he could get the ball to his playmakers. He could use his legs. You got two dynamic. Matter of fact, you got three dynamic running backs back there. McKissick. He might not get as much touches now because of the Brian Robinson, but then I think they just pulled back up that fullback that they had last week to plug in to run, help block a little bit more. So the offensive line has been getting a little bit healthy. So these are the things that could help Washington grow, capitalize on and win some games. Yeah, we got our division games. That's always tough. But the games that I expect for them to win, like this Indy game, even the Minnesota game I expect them to win, and the Falcons game, if we could roll off them games before Philadelphia, then we talk about a whole new ball game. It ain't no more talk about no Carson Wentz. Matter of fact, just cut him, let him go on about his business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just dead serious because what? You think Taylor Heinicke go roll off four wins straight, and then you go switch back and bring Carson Wentz back in there? No. You think Ron Rivera think he was cussing at that press conference?
Now, Daniel Snyder might be stupid enough to do that though.
Yeah,
but
he going off of a name. He must not be watching any games.
I think
you
the
ain't
fan
going
base
off what's on the field.
I think the fan base will be up and roll. Be just upset. They will be tight about the fact that this man who proved last year he can play in the NFL, leading them to the playoffs, having that winning streak that he had. To me, he's the real deal. He is what you need at quarterback until you feel that Sam Howell's ready to take over the reins. But right now, Taylor Heinicke should be the man in Washington.
Yeah, I agree with every word each one of y'all say. And if that's why Daniel Snyder needs to get going because his decision making.
Put the keys down and step away.
Yeah, just matter of fact, put it down.
Cash your check and be out.
Cash your check. You know, what I'm
your check on the way out.
I know, right? I mean, just say, hey, you know what? I'm done. I can't fight no more. Because every decision he makes with a quarterback, it comes bad. It becomes a disaster. Yeah. The only one that I agree with that kind of worked out, and we never know because he got injured, is RG3. We never know what that could become because RG3 was a special talent, So
Shanahan ruined him,
Yeah, they ruined him.
Boy, they ruined him so good. I mean, so I besides that, everything else from Dwayne Haskins, bless your soul up in heaven, and Carson Wentz thing, stay out of the quarterback room. You ain't no quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You just leave it alone. Let somebody else, So but yeah, I agree. Let Heinicke do what Heinicke does, So hey.
Yeah.
I did say this though. If our division keeps winning and Washington do get on a winning streak, man, we might have 4 teams in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean it's
not far fetched.
That would be
especially where
trend setting.
Yeah.
And we NFC East, we set trends, baby.
All you gotta do is look down. We them beasts.
Yes,
right, exactly.
So I mean, that would be something special. I'm, I know it's a long season, but hey, I would love to see it happen.
Yeah, that will make the season even more interesting, especially for us. All right, so last topic of the night, the NFC East trades. We already kind of touched on one of them, but I'm gonna go to Wise first with Tony getting traded.
He just didn't fit in with the new regime. He's talented. He
hasn't been healthy though either.
When he was on the field, he was dynamic. His issue was he's been healthy. He hasn't been healthy. Well, he says that he's been healthy now. He said he's healthy now, and I think the Chiefs got themselves a baller. They got themselves a play. I think they're gonna use Wan'Dale Robinson the way they wanted to use him, because Wan'Dale Robinson is a very talented receiver. He's like a clone of Kadarius Toney in a way.
But they already have who they need.
Yeah, but Wan'Dale came back, scored a touchdown his first week back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, if we can get that big play receiver, that one that can stretch the field for us, it's going to open up the field. It's going to open up the field for Wan'Dale Robinson. He's that dude he can come across the middle, get them little passes and break it out, because he's a little speed demon.
Yep. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, Wise. I think the second they drafted Wan'Dale Robinson, the writing was on the wall for Kadarius Toney. Actually, I was kind of surprised that the Chiefs gave up what they did. Wasn't it a 3rd and a 5th?
Yeah. A conditional third round pick.
I think that's a good trade for the Giants. I mean, we heard all off season that Toney was eventually going to be gone, and he was, but I didn't expect him to get that much for him. So I think it was a solid move on both sides.
Yeah.
And I think for the Chiefs, they're looking for depth. They know they're going to be 9 times out of 10 in the playoffs. They know that. So they're looking for depth. That was obviously a depth move for them. But I think
it was. I think they're trying to find that element they're missing with Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, if Toney's healthy, he gives them that dynamic receiver where you can dump it off to him and he can make things happen. He can be that Tyreek Hill that they're trying to replace. Yeah. So I think it's a win-win situation for both of them.
I like that Paseo guy. He got some speed. They got McKinnon. They got a little bit of speed.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you ever really be able to replace Tyreek Hill. But
yeah, of course.
Toney, you can maybe get close if as long as he helps you.
Yeah.
Like you say, I like Kadarius Toney. I thought he was a great, not great, but a good wide receiver. But injuries do take a part of everything. But I just didn't expect the trade to Kansas City. If a team that I was probably thinking of probably would have been on Baltimore. That always need wide receiver help.
The thing with Baltimore is, how can I put this?
You're not gonna get
Lamar Thomas doesn't. I mean, he doesn't. I mean, Lamar doesn't throw the ball. He throws the ball, but
he throws it to Mark Andrews.
Yes, he does.
But this past week, Mark Andrews was hurt, so he actually started seeing everybody else.
Yeah.
You guys see Deshaun Jackson's in Baltimore now?
Yes, he is.
That was very interesting. I thought he was going to retire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I thought the Chiefs were going to go after, because I heard there was a podcast with who was it? I don't know if it wasn't Kelsey. It was the guy that does wrestling, and he was a punter, McAfee.
McAfee.
I think McAfee was saying that they were going to go after OBJ because they were clearing cap space. Now I don't know if that's still a thing, but if you got Tony, I don't know, you want to bring in OBJ too. That to me, that seems too cluttered. But OBJ is going to end up somewhere because I think his injury, he's supposed to be completely healed. I think November, December, around that time. So that's what I thought they would.
I still say that OBJ ends up in Tampa. He has a closer relationship with Tom Brady. Yeah.
But that's not the issue in Tampa Bay. You got Mike Evans, you got Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
I'm saying you missing Gronk, you missing that safety blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that tight end Gronk gave Tom Brady that safety blanket when nobody else could.
And Brady just hurt like every week.
Yeah. And he's ready to hit the crates. So but it's gonna be interesting because the Rams still holding out for him, but I mean they could be in the bottom of the barrel this week too, because if they lose to the 49ers, that's twice, and they could be 3-5. I mean, it's just the landscape of the NFC. It could be changing like right in front of our eyes right now. Yeah. In a whole different direction that we didn't even expect it to be this season. So, but that trade from the Giants to Kansas City, I don't know. I just don't want Kansas City to continue to get rich. I don't know. It's just something about them I don't like, man.
They will though. They got Mahomes, man. People. It's gonna be like the Warriors of the NFL. People gonna want to come there.
Now I'm waiting for the Bills to make a move around trade deadline because I'm sure they're gonna have something up.
Oh, they need running back help. Their passing game is fine. They just need that running back help because
what if they were to go get like Kamara or Hunt? Oh my God!
See, you just took the words right out of my mouth.
If they go out and get Alvin Kamara, that offense is gonna be sick. That offense. If
it's between us and them to get Kamara, how we go ahead and get Kamara? Don't let him go over there.
Yeah. Okay, you have a good point. Yeah, just stick him on the bench or something. IR, I don't even care as long as
put him in wide receiver.
Yeah, he got a broken toenail today. He's not gonna be in, but we put him on the IR for all types of various reasons. But we already kind of touched on Robert Quinn. Which you know what?
I think that was a big pickup for them. Definitely,
that was. He had 11.5 sacks 2 years ago. Now was that 2 years ago or last year? I looked it up earlier this week. But he's going to be a great pickup. And the fact that I don't remember who that was crying, but when he found out that they traded Robert Quinn and he was crying, to me that shows the impact is not just on the field; it's off the field too. So Robert Quinn's a good pickup. He played here in Dallas.
That was the guy that held out. What's his name?
Roquan Smith.
Yeah, that was Roquan Smith.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I wanted the Commanders to get Roquan. I really wanted him to come to us. We need that boss of a linebacker. That's what we need. We need a boss.
About to get him up.
Yeah, I get him Chase, Daniel Snyder, Tanya Snyder.
His wife too.
The Snyder family.
Everybody I can think of for Roquan.
Winston play fullback for him.
Yep. Long as we get whatever we want out of the deal. Yeah. I think William Jackson could be. He's up to be traded. I know teams was requiring about Antonio Gibson, and Ron Rivera said no, he is not going nowhere. So I'm glad he shut that down because sometimes they mind think like the wind. It blows this way one day and then it goes the next way. So leave our good pieces alone. But you can have Fuller, and you definitely can have William Jackson. I'm all for them. But the special victim units going. Shoot, man. SVU all day long. One on the bench talking about his back hurt. No, you about to be gone, buddy. We gonna shoot you with some Thorazine and get your back right so you can get up out of there.
In the last trade, Hankins going to Dallas, which they've had a problem with the run game. Hopefully Hankins can come in and basically clog that up. We had Neville Gallimore. I don't know. I haven't been hearing his name these past couple of weeks, but hopefully Hankins, they showed him at practice, so hopefully he's able to add. But the trade deadline coming up this week, November the 1st. So we'll see what trades we have. Tuesday, yep. We could definitely be talking about those next week. Any other final words, comments that you guys have before we get out of here?
Check out NFC Beast on the BS3 network. On where are we at? We're on Cool's, right? What Cool's what's yours?
Yep. We're on Eagles Elite.
And Sam, are we on yours?
Yes, sir. Shady Sports Network on YouTube.
Oh, we got to work and put it on.
I was about to say we're just trying to get it on yours, and then we. Well,
I put the replay up on mine, so that's different.
But if we can go live directly to it, then that'll be good. We can add yours too, your YouTube Livewire if you want.
Oh yeah, Livewire Sports and Entertainment. You know, I have a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and a Friday show. My Friday show hasn't kicked off yet. I've been kind of a little bit too busy. So my Monday show is Washington Commanders, The Aftermath. Tuesday show, Kings on the Daily, and NFC East Roundtable on Wednesday. So yeah, you can find me all through the web. I'm all over the place. So most definitely, and here now, the NFC Beast. So yeah,
sure. Appreciate you coming on.
With my new family members. Yeah.
We fam now. We got a group chat, so we fam forever.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But before I'm gonna go to you. What you got coming up? But Chris Mason, thank you for tuning in. You said Lions defense gave it to Dallas. I'm not gonna deny that they did get real physical. That's one thing about Dan Campbell is that he's gonna coach his guys to be physical. They're gonna play hard. Now they may lose, but they're gonna play hard. So I think that's one thing that they have not had. I don't know really since maybe Caldwell days, but so yeah. But go ahead, Sam.
Actually, tune in tomorrow night. I got a fan control football player coming on. I bet him about the Dallas game, so he'll be coming on to sing the Eagles fight song. So that should be quite interesting. He's also going to be coming on and talk about his career as well. So if you want to learn some more about Shun Thomas, a running back from the FCF, actually the FCF's fastest man, definitely should tune in tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. I'll definitely be tuned in for that. And then cool. Final words.
Monday I'm free. Tuesday, the NFL Matchup Madness on the Play Callers channel. Wednesday, Eagles Elite podcast. Friday, Play Caller Sports Talk. Also the N1 podcast. And then here Saturday nights, NFC Beast.
Hey, enjoy cool. Enjoy it tomorrow, man. Get some pictures, and we'll definitely be talking about it next week. Your experience in
videos, wilding out. If I have a voice, look, I might be on all my shows next week. Like,
make sure you don't follow the crowd and start throwing batteries and stuff. All right,
no batteries, and I'm not
climb no poles. Don't climb no poles. The only place where they got to grease poles, man. I never understand that part. But anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in to the NFC Beast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow all of our pages. We'll be back next week with another episode. And until then, we will see you guys when we see you. And have a good night. Have a good weekend.
All right.
Later.
Peace out.